This week's Parsha is Terumah, and because it is freezing cold and raining outside, I thought I would try and provide a few words of warmth. This week's Parsha opens with the words Vayikuli Terumah miet kol ish asher yidvenu libo, and I will take a portion from every man according to his heart's desire. And it relates, of course, to the gifts given by the children of Israel to build the Mishkan in the desert. And we are told that Pirkei Avot explains there are 4 types of donors. Those who give themselves but don't want others to give, in other words, to hog the limelight. Those that want others to give but do not wish to give themselves, the misers. Those who give themselves and want others to give. And those who don't give and don't want others to give either. Clearly the most praiseworthy is those who give and want others to give. In other words, to join in the performing of the mitzvah. Rabbi Shimshon Raphael Hirsch explains in one of his commentaries that the root of the word Terumah is rum, which means to lift up. It's not a question of lifting up the poor by your gift. It is a question of lifting up yourself to know what you should be doing with the wealth that God has given you. And there's a wonderful story that many years ago, before the Russian Revolution, there was a Jew called Kalman in Russia who had the contract to supply tea to the Russian army. It's a lot of Russians, it's a lot of tea. He was approached by early pioneers from what was then Palestine, and they wanted him to help set up a tea business and said, you will be providing jobs for Jews who have no work. And as we know, the highest form of giving is to enable somebody to have a job and be able to support himself. So he said, you know what, I'll give you some money, but he really wasn't very convinced that anything was going to happen. Many years later, after the Russian Revolution in 1917, he found himself without any assets whatsoever in Russia, and he emigrated to Israel. And the only asset he had left was this small tea company that he had donated money to many years before. His family name was Vysotsky. And Vysotsky is the largest tea manufacturer in Israel. It's not Tetley's, I appreciate that, but it is a very, very large and successful business. So that whenever we give a donation, we never know when the Almighty is going to effectively thank us for doing that. We don't know when, we don't know why, but the Almighty will, in time, bless you for it. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.